Hello, I'm here to demonstrate about the generation of symbol table. Here I've created a normal Java application in which I have given a string array where I meant initialized few alphabets. Then now with the input, like now I'm going to do normal token separation, that is like the first exercise I'm using here, so that to see whether my tokens are getting separated. So for that I'm using a scanner class to take the input or multi-line input, and using the split function, I'm going to split with the help of spaces, and for loop I will, with the help of a for loop, I will store it in the array. Now what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to check. First thing, when I give my input, the first character will be a keyword always. So I've already initialized the keyword, the first character as a keyword. So the next one coming will be, for example, int a. So the next one will be an identifier. So for that I'm using a for loop. So I'll be checking the for loop till the length, like I'm using a new array to store the split character, that is ss1. So ss1 length, till that I'll be searching, and I'll be checking that if it will be equal to a semicolon, then that time the semicolon will be there. So that time if it's a semicolon, there will be a keyword. Which will be a keyword? I plus 1 will be a keyword. Okay, that means when you encounter a semicolon, then immediately next after that will be a keyword. So for the next one, I'm using a for loop again, for loop inside a for loop, to check the identifier, that is a b c d e f and so on. So till that length I'll be using. So if ss1 of I equals identifier of j, and I plus 1 equals comma, then it will be an identifier. So else it will, if it's equals identifier and I plus 1 will equal to symbol, then it will be you have to print an identifier value, and the value of the identifier, that is the value will be after the equal to sign. So if I is the position, the I plus 2th position will be the value. Else again, if I'm using semicolon, like this is to check if it's an identifier. So if identifier, ss1 of I dot equals identifier j, and ss1 of I plus 1 equals semicolon. So if there's a set, if these two conditions are equal, if it's an identifier and then there is a, if it's an identifier and there is a semicolon, then you have to show that this is an identifier. That means there is no value. Simply they have given like int a semicolon, like that. Now I'm checking for a function. If ss1 of I dot equals, if I'm encountering an open bracket, then I will tell that ss1 of I minus 1, that is like int fun of. So bracket, I'm encountering a bracket. The one before the bracket will be the function name, that will be an identifier. Then I plus 1 will be the keyword, that is int, float, etc. And int a comma b or something like that, those will be the identifiers again. So ss1 of I plus 1. Then else, if it is not the case, if like I encounter a close bracket and I minus 3, I minus 3 means close bracket, then the before one will be an identifier, the one before that will be a keyword, then the one before that will be a comma. So if it encounters a comma, then I have to print keyword of s is I minus 2, that is I minus 2 will be int, and the identifier will be I minus 1, that is the one before the bracket, like a, b or c. And I'll just show you the output. My input is c int a comma b equal to 5, char c equal to d, int fun of int e comma f. So I have done token separation till here. Now the next part will be keyword int. See, everything, every line it's displaying keyword int, identify b, value is 5, keyword char, and so on. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.